I'm Adam Shiva, and in this video I want to talk about a way of seeing things that's useful for incorporating different ways of seeing things. I call this lenses, but essentially I've collected these concepts, whether they be from psychology, some esoteric system, or some spiritual teacher. But it's pretty helpful that I have a way of looking at it such that each of these concepts aren't putting pressure and an expectation on me of how to do things, but rather become an opportunity of a new helpful way of seeing things, particularly when I'm stuck or when things otherwise aren't working for me. One of the core areas where I think this really matters is where there's some intuitive action that's natural for you and the underlying belief systems behind it stop you from doing what you'd want to do. And you're trying to change your belief systems to empower what's true for you. I think this is an area where having this new lens of a way of seeing the world and say, oh, instead of looking at it the way that my parents taught me to see things, this new teacher gave me this new way of seeing things. And as I see it that way, it says that what I want to do is right to do. I think there's also areas where I might be trying to understand, hey, one of the challenging ones for me is, should I try to have a plan for what my family should do all the time and be guiding that? One teacher says to be giving the masculine presence for your family, it's important that you're the one that has the guiding plan. Whereas another esoteric system says, as the kind of person you are, Adam, you don't have that plan innately, and to make that up is a fabrication, whereas your partner, the more feminine, naturally comes up with a plan like that. Having these different viewpoints, I can actually just test out that lens. Okay, I tried to do it that way, how'd that work? Try to do it that way, how'd that work? And to really have it be, instead of this personal, one of them I attach my ego to, or to really decide that's what's gonna make me feel like a real man, and that's not okay. To allow my beliefs to reflect my own experience. And the way that I can do that is by utilizing each of these beliefs as particular lenses that I can just test on. I also find that really helpful when I'm trying to collect things for other people and say, hey, you could see it like this, or you could see it like this, or you could see it like this. And the interesting part is I'm actually trying to give them a greater degree of freedom in their life rather than me believing that one of those ways of seeing it is the grand truth that they better accept so that they see the things the way I do. I also think this can really be empowering because it gives this opportunity for you to find a way to see things that fits for you. But there's an area where I think that can be really dangerous in refining your understanding to fit you. Because a teacher I really appreciate named David Deida points out that we all are trying to be ourselves. And the question is, are you trying to be yourself as an amassed pile of habits that you're trying to be, that came from the things your parents told you were okay and the shame that was put on you by your first grade teacher? Or are you trying to be yourself digging really deep inside, trying to find what the innate passion and curiosity and this kind of singing alive feeling that comes up in you when you do certain things, what that innate authenticity is seeking towards? He says we're all trying to be ourselves, so it's really important that you distinguish which of those selves you're trying to be. Because something might feel really comfortable, and this belief system is so natural because it says that the best thing to do is to just go with the flow and just eat more chips and kind of do what feels right for me. Well, is that really working for you? Because if you really like everything it creates, if you feel fulfilled by the life that puts you towards, then go for it, if that is the reality you prefer. But if you feel like there are consequences and that belief system, though it might be convenient, though it might be natural, though it takes no rebelling from what comes most habitually from you, actually really limits your fulfillment, causes you to feel deeply unsatisfied and unhappy, then I think you have to change it. Because I think that each of us are pursuing a belief system that is real for us, but finding what is really real for us involves a deep listening. Because what's habitual for us is not that deep authenticity. that deep authenticity has to do with when you feel it, oh, I feel like as I do this, I feel more myself in doing this. Whereas as I do this, I feel dispersed and weakened and limited and kind of grossed out by myself. I think that each of us are really capable of a huge amount of power and authenticity. And also I really think that this overarching way of seeing things can be a huge beneficial resource. I hope this was helpful for you, and I love that you're here with me. Please subscribe and share this with a friend if you can.